Right, so what we're going to do now is the valve clearances. So I thought we'd do a little video on this, doing this because it's quite interesting, especially to see the rocker cover off and see how we actually go about doing it.
Right, there are various methods to use. I always use the 9 method, which is if number 8 here is open, then you adjust number 1. And there you can see number 6 is just about to open, which means you can adjust number 3. And you go through the bank, turning the engine over, getting each valve in the right position. So the first one we're going to adjust is this one here.
Right, so we've got our tool there that we've actually made, because that's quite a tight fit in there, so we can turn the engine over nice and easily. There are our feeler gauges there. I don't know if you can actually see what's on it, but it's we're setting it to 13, and there's actually quite a lot of different settings. I think we said even in the book just for this engine. So we've looked at what's best for this particular MG A series engine. We've got it from the Haynes manual, and we use the Haynes manual, and I think we use another Metro manual. So it's one of those things, really, you can't go by our feeler gauge setting, because it's what we've looked at for this actual engine in this car for this year and MG model. So it's always worth checking, because there does seem to be quite a few variances in how you want it done.
Put that in there. It's a little bit sloppy, so we're going to adjust that one. So slacken the lock nut off.
Yeah, so hopefully you can see there's a little nut there, and then on top you see there's a position for a screwdriver. So you need to loosen that nut so you can adjust it, and then you tighten the nut back up so that this can't undo, because with the vibration of the engine and with wear, that would just turn and completely unadjust what you've done. So you need to loosen it off, adjust it, and then tighten it in that position.
Alright, then hold the screw while you do the nut up, and then just recheck it. Yeah. That's got a bit loose, so let's just do that again. A bit more on that. Right, that's about right now.
And it's one of those things, really, it's kind of, you know, the feeling you want, and everybody has slightly different sort of ways of gauging how that feels, and that's something you can't show on the video, and I suppose it's something you'd get with experience and the more you do it. So we're just sort of showing you how we do it. But I say it's one of the things you can't really show on the video is that feeling you get, but hopefully you get a rough idea how it moved in very sort of loosely and easily, and once we'd done it, it was a lot more tighter, but not too tight, because I think if anything you want it slightly looser rather than tighter, don't you?
Yeah.
Right, so we're now going to turn the engine back over and move on to the next one.
Right, so I'll tell you what, I'll make it easy, we'll do it in order. Right, so if we now get number 7 to open,
if I now come into the one we're doing, hopefully you're going to see it come right down, so it's completely in the open position.
Right. And now you'll see that one has got clearance to adjust.
So now you can see, which one was it? This one?
Number 2.
Number 2. So now you'll see that one's got clearance to adjust. So we've watched for that one to go all the way down there, and this one here is now completely clear and free. So basically there's no tension on this spring. It's in the position where this spring is completely non-compressed, and we know that because that one's completely gone down. So now we can check that where it's not under any pressure.
Okay. This one again is a little bit sloppy, so we've got to adjust this one.
So similar to as we did before, we're going to loosen the lock nut there. That allows us to get the adjustment right, and then you've got to hold the adjustment with the screwdriver so you can lock it in that position. So hopefully, or you certainly shouldn't get that adjustment lost.
I adjusted that, I'm just going to lock it up. It's gone tight. Let's slacken it back off a touch. That's good. Start tighten.
And that's that one done. So what we'll do now is move the engine ready for the next one.
Number 3, so we want number 6 to open.
So again, we're turning the engine and then watching the valves till we get to the next position we want.
There she goes, just starting to open now. That's it, it's fully open. And number 3 is ready to adjust.
Right, so we are now going to get on and adjust the rest of them, and as we always say, there's a more a visual reference rather than a complete full how-to, although hopefully compared to some of the videos I sort of come across the internet, we've shown you in more detail than some of them. But to follow the procedure right through, as we always say, you should have a manual. We're using the Haynes manual, and that will tell you that procedure all the way through. But we've shown you that visual idea of what you would do each time you get to the right valve to adjust, and we will then go through that. Now it is possible to do 2 at a time, but we've kept it 1 at a time to keep it a little bit more simpler through this procedure, but again, that would be for you to sort of look up in the manual and follow that procedure if you want to do the 2 at a time. The only other thing to sort of be careful of, we were saying, is sometimes that little top bit could be worn, so when you're doing this adjustment, technically it might not be fully right, so it's worth bearing that in mind, but that isn't the case hopefully with ours, but again, it's worth being aware of that. We won't go too much into detail that, so we're now going to get on, follow that procedure through and adjust each valve. Right, so we've now gone through and done all the adjusting we need to, and hopefully it's been of interest to you and a good visual reference, especially as on our K-series engines, they're automatically adjusting using the oil pressure. So to see us adjust this on the A-series engine hopefully has been useful to you, and we've decided to do it now because we think hopefully we won't have to take this top off the cover there anymore, and we don't want to have this open any longer than we have to with any dirt getting into it. We've cleaned it up as much as we can without sort of really going into clean it, and hopefully when we put the oil in the engine, because it goes in the top, that will cover that all back up with oil as well. So all we've got to do now is put the top on with the cork gasket, and the top will probably show a little bit of that as well. So we've got our nice cork gasket now, and just checking that's all going to fit on our rocker cover. We're quite lucky, and you'll see that when we turn it over, this is the MG rocker cover, which was slightly nicer than some of the rocker covers, and we've painted it up red to match the original red engine, which we've been painting as well. We've got the new little rubber seals to go over as well, as that's going to be quite important. And we've also got the new fixing tops as well, which we'll show you, or bolts. Right, so that's the rocker cover now in position. As you can see, we've got those nice new rubber seals on as well. You can see the cork gasket hasn't bent in, it's sitting nicely all the way around, which you want to just check to make sure. Then we've got the little metal caps going, which we're just cleaning up, and then we've got those bolts to put on it as well, which you'll see in a minute. But yeah, it is the MG topped one, which is quite nice to have. Right, so that's the little washers with that outer sort of rim on them that just sit over the new rubber seals, and then we're going to get the new bolts. Right, so there's the new bolt. So the standard bolts won't look like this, but these were a set we got actually quite a long time ago to do this. And what we do is do them just sort of tight enough. We're not going to be running the engine straight away anyway, and then if we get any leaks, once it's settled down, we can always tighten it up a little bit more. Right, so that's that little job done, and now the cover's back on to hopefully protect them and stop any dirt getting in. Hopefully that's been of use to you. As always, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to check out our other videos, especially the other videos we're doing on our MGmetre at the moment. I don't know quite what order they go out, but if you're watching this video straight away, then there'd be more to come. And if you come across this when it's of a fair age, it's well worth looking at the channel to find the other videos we've uploaded with it.